Lovelies, yes, I have two blankets. I was feeling kind of cold. Yes. Well, this is a story of my racist, one of them, neighbor. Yeah, I had a few. Every time when you see about two, sometimes three, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning, I would hear rustling, rustling. You know what rustling means? When someone, like if you take a paper and you like rustle a paper, or you like, you know, making noise and unaware that you're making noise when you're trying your hardest to be quiet. Well, my neighbor used to be invading my territory, my compound, peeping through my, trying to peep through my bedroom window, which is mission impossible because I have wooden blinds and I have curtains. So what you could peep at, you can't see nothing, don't care what light I have on. But it's just the thought that matters. How I know? I hear a rustling sound, rustle, 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 rustling sound. I go and peep to the window to see what's going on. Because we do have raccoon in the neighborhood. And sometimes we have other dogs in the neighborhood because they didn't kill my dogs. So I say maybe one of the animals, fooling around, because I have flower trees in the front. So be the rustling have to come from the front because I have the fence. The front is kind of open, but the fence block off everything else. Go from the sides, go back, and boy, I peep to the window. There he is. Oops, there he is. Oops, there he is. Red neck, red neck and all, coming face to face with the demon. 2 something in the morning. What you doing with your bed 2 something in the morning, peeping around my window, trying to listen to anything in my house? Yes, I'd be up in the middle of the night. That's my quiet time of reflection, quiet time of just being me and quiet and read and, all the things that you do in your quiet time. And here you is disturbing that because you trying to peep around my house. The peeping Tom neighbor. Yes, the peeping Tom neighbor. And he ain't got no shame. What he thought? I can invite him in? Child, look here. We have some women who does foolishness, but not in this lifetime. Not in this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? This man is married. What woman allows her husband? Well, that's just it. They wasn't even sleeping in the same bed based on the fact that the house so tiny and was no room like that, one little tiny bed. So she don't even know when he in and out the house. And if they did sleep in the bed, how you could let your husband, every woman know when a man move their bed and how long they move their bed? If you ain't know something wrong with you. So how come you leaving your wife home with your wife? People around her, a widow house. Now my mother ain't the smartest person in the world because they back then when she went to school, they stopped school when she was in grade 7. Back in her time, they never used to have no going to grade 12 and thing like when I went to school. And so she could read and write and everything, but she ain't, that's all. She ain't never had no certificates of the this and the that and the next. But let me tell you something, wisdom teaches you. Yes, and teaches you wisdom. If it ain't teaching you, something wrong with you. So I was telling her the story. She said I should have had something to bash him right side his face or in his face or throw on his face. I tell her then I'll get locked up because then the man will go call the police and the police them never come to the victim aid because at the time he can be the victim, not me. And so they ain't into me. They can be into him, and then I can be in trouble even though I in my house, and he messing around me in the middle of the night. So I was talking to one of my police friends, trying to get a little clarity, because when you work in crime, not all the time you know everything. Anyone who think they know everything is a liar. Go sit down. And that's why sometimes you have to sit and consult with others or find out how others' opinion who in the field. And my police friend who been in the field a little while, I asked him about it. He tell me, say you should have had some. He was so mad because he know those type of things breed serious crimes. Because then you know I'm a widow with two young children. You know no man in the house. And here you is all of a sudden now, because my husband is gone. You starting your dirtiness to come around me and my children. And for you to be able to do that, you have no good motive. You have a ulterior, disgusting, terrible motive. Ain't no man can be peeping around no woman house with no good intentions. Anytime you can do something like that, it's always for the wrong and bad intentions. And he said, you know something else, you should have some wholesale pistol throw in the face. Yeah, and so I did tell him when he came back another night, I said, yeah, I have some stale pistol. And he had a throw in your face. That's what I did tell him. I did tell him that, like the policeman tell me, you know, because it's disgusting, you know. I never went to the station and reported because they were tired of me. From the day one my husband died, the police had to come the next morning 7:30 to move a man who I've never seen in my life. Think is he owned my place. All of a sudden, this man was sleeping across the threshold of my door, as to say, he in charge now, no other man to come here. And when I say sleep, this man and had bed made up sleeping. The police wake him up. The po wake this man up. No joke. No lie. 7:30, and this man was so comfortable, knowing my husband just buried few hours. It was ridiculous. I never seen it before. I was like, my problem again. It seems like, okay, and that's why when a husband died, the covering of his family is removed. The husband is the covering for his family. And when that covering for that family is removed, you have these old free for all thinkers who think they could just swamp in and you'll warn them or they could take over. That's how serious this is. I tell people 17 years gone this week, but I've had so many stress. The stress was humongous. It was out of this world, the stress. It was so stressed till at times I could not literally think clearly. It was so stressed. I have never grieved for my husband. I was too always busy fighting demons that come in against me and my children from the day he died. That's a serious vibe. That's how serious this country is. And most widows go through it because I've met and I've told my story to one or two widows who I met, and they have told me their story, and they're going through similar things. And that is poor when you have a country where men don't respect women and children in majority of issues and is swept under the rug as if it's all right. It is not all right. Had I run on my house and shot him from around my house or hurt him from around my house, I would have been locked up, even though he messing with me in the middle of the night. Oh, how'd I messing with you? You're violating my boundary. You're violating, trying to violate my privacy. You're being a menace to me. And you think it's all right. And then your wife in church pretending to be Christian, like everything all right in the home. And plenty of y'all women do that. Y'all living in hell and going to church, pretending everything is okay and you got it together when you're catching hell. And you need to stop that. Yes, I said it. Plenty of y'all. You need to stop that. And get rid of these old no good man out your life. But you're ashamed because you don't want no one to know how you're really truly living. And then you hating the woman who's the innocent party because I ain't looking for nobody. I ain't looking for nobody. And you shame how your family is. That's what. And you know the people ain't want your man. But you want to act like they is the cause of it. You don't need to put down them Bible because I know they burning hole in your hand. And get it right. Encouraging these man and they no goodness. That's what y'all does. And pretend everything is everything. Everything ain't everything. When your man is not sleeping on the side, you wrong at a woman's house. Did the woman invite him? So why you wrong a woman's house? That's my racist neighbors. That's how they live. And every Sunday they go to church pretending. They so shame they don't even care their husband with them because they know he'll make them shame. He'll make them shame. Embarrassed of their own people. Why you marry them then? I had a husband, every time I go to church, he used to be with me. I go to church as a family. I go to church as a family. When I leave, everybody in my house better be there. You're leaving with me. I don't leave my children home. They be with me. Okay? Some of you know living like east is the west and north is the south. And then up in everything. Got mowed up and everything, but you can't get your life in order. You can't get your home in order. You can't get your children in order. And your wife yet can't get your husband in order. You're only with them for the little couple of dollars they gain you. Is that worth it? Is that 30 pieces of silver worth it? You only with them for the little couple of dollars they can give you? That little 30 pieces of silver ain't worth that. Even Judas threw the 30 pieces of silver down when he realized it wasn't worth that. Even him threw it away when he realized it wasn't even worth it. It's not worth it. You don't need to keep your man from around other women's houses and stop trying to make it look like the woman wants your man. Ain't nobody want no man who can't even keep a job. Ain't nobody want no man who married. You know, who want married man is the foolishest woman on God's green earth because he can't give you nothing. He can't give you nothing. And he ain't gonna never be there to protect you and never be there for you. Plenty of women going breaking up other people's husbands and other people's houses just to have a family. And guess what? The family never thrive underneath those circumstances. You catch hell from day one to that because it's not done correctly. It's not done in the proper way. Yes. And she around here trying to strife with me and blocking up the road and trying to look for argument with me and trying to look for ways to hope she could belittle me because the woman can't even walk in my footsteps. I never smoked drugs in my life. I never smoked cigarette in my life. Then when you have people who used to be on drugs and smoking drugs and think they can walk the road with marijuana and this, that, and the next, and then talk about they ahead of church. What kind of foolishness that is? What kind of foolishness that is? You need to clean your life out up there pretending. And I is call it like I said, and that's the reason why I have this YouTube channel. So I could tell my stories, my side of these stories that has been going on. Okay? I don't stutter. I do not stutter and I don't bite back. Okay? And who don't like it, don't come for me. Go tell it to Jesus. You heard me. You don't like it? Tell it to Jesus. He'll make everything all right. Over and out.